Thank you, thank you. I have to say I'm more fortunate than most of you here. I've only known Kevin for 5 years. And most of the stuff I'm going to talk about is what happened the first year when we met each other. For me? Oh. Okay, so I got hired. Kevin called me to his office so we can have our initial meeting. And we're sitting there and having a conversation. We hear sirens. This is the old office, the old structure. So we both jump up, run out, and we see this adult, completely nude female from the community running up the steps to Hoover, followed by 3 police officers. They jump on her, they cuff her. Kevin looks at me, and he said, one of the most profound things anybody can say. He said, Ago, this doesn't happen here all the time. At that moment, I knew, Kevin, you had a phenomenal grasp of the obvious. So a few months into the job, he calls me to his office, and he's trying to explain how he's the big picture, and he doesn't do the dishes anymore. Remember that? Yes. You're retiring soon. You're going to be spending a lot of time at home. So, clean, throw the dishes, laundry. I was going to give you the gloves, but I'm just going to. You don't have to use the gloves.
Give them to Kimber.
The gloves? You know, if anybody knows Kevin, they know that he loves microphones. I'm not even sure how he can just sit there and just look at us and use the microphone. We usually would be up here before anybody else and just keep it for the entire night. So, I went up to Greg Kuka, and I got you one of these. There's one more thing I want you to do with this. You can do this, and this will help. And finally, again, I was called into your office the same year, and in more ways than one, you asked me for my keys a couple of times. And you really scared me. But on June 29th, as you walk off for the last time from the Hoover campus, guess who's going to be standing there asking for your keys, Kevin? Me. And you're going to give them to me. Thank you very much.
I can't believe that he's not dead and we've got this many people out here for him. My God. Hi, my name is Nareg, Keshishian, and I'm a Kevin Welsh survivor. Honestly, Kevin is like the abusive father I've never had. But I like him. More than like him. I mean, people say I have no taste, but I still like him. I don't think that he's a fool, but, that's my opinion against thousands of others. I really don't have that much to say, All I can say is, he's been a great leader. But he says that happiest, luckiest, most fortunate man in the Glenn Unified School District, and I know you're all thinking, no, it can't be, but believe me, if you've worked with him, you realize how lucky and fortunate he is, and that's why he's so happy. gets away with things. He's been a great leader. He's reminded me of many great leaders in the past. He reminds me of Churchill. Well, until he got sober, of course. But he's reminded me of Lincoln, who once said about someone, he can compress the most words into the smallest idea of any man I know. Anybody who's been with Kevin knows he won't shirk from using 40 words where 4 will suffice. Which is why I was late so often. And of course, it's also reminded me of Clinton. Thank God we don't have any interns on our campus. But honestly, Kevin has often sat me down and said, "You're Nareg one day when you're sitting in my chair." I have learned a lot from watching Kevin Welsh. I've learned how not to dance. I've learned how not to speak to... Thank you, Jennifer's doing the Kevin Welsh right now. We don't do Kevin Welsh. I mean, he tells the kids not to sleep, you know what I mean? There he is. Yeah, men. 3 helpings of the Barney Stone, but can't dance a lick. Anyhow, I've learned how not to speak to staff. I've learned how to use a megaphone when you're 5 feet from someone. No. 5 feet. You know how to make a mountain out of a molehill. I've learned how to be so far up your boss's ass you can see their retinas. By the way, Kevin, yours are brown. I've learned how to break someone openly on a walkie-talkie because everyone's listening in on it. It's very nice. And of course, I've also learned how to stare down the Glendale Police Department SWAT team. Which brings me to my conclusion, which is a little story of our lockdown. I don't know if you know, it was actually a pretty serious moment, but for me, there will always be a fond memory. The SWAT team has surrounded our school because some kid with a pellet gun was a toll, so naturally the SWAT team locked down Hoover. And Kevin is getting very frustrated. You can hear his frustration in his voice, and some substitute teacher comes bolting out of their classroom. She's like, "Help, I'm being accosted!" And like Kevin's listening to all this, the SWAT team, like 30 rifles. All this teacher, and mind you, I'm watching this from my classroom, which is right there at ground zero, so to speak. And Kevin sees this all happening, and he had a back door to his office, and perfectly appropriate. And he came out the back door to tell the police department that that's a substitute teacher and not to shoot him. Now 30 rifles are on Kevin. He's on the ground. I'm the principal, damn it! I'm the principal! I can't believe this. Kevin, I want you to know, and I do love you. But that's how I'm always going to want to remember you. Prosper, and God bless. Thank you very much.